It's really hard to know how much content is actually going to make a dent with your audience. So for that reason, today we're talking about how many videos should you actually post in a week. Let's jump right into it. If you're new here, my name is Liz and I help coaches and consultants add video to their business. Be sure to subscribe so that you never miss any of my future content. Now, right off the bat, let me tell you, there is no magic number. It would be impossible for me to sit here millions of miles away from you and say that you should post a certain number of times per week. That would be ridiculous. If anyone comes and tells you that, make sure you get rid of them right away. The whole goal of knowing how many times you should post per week is so that you can set a structure and a framework for yourself. It's so that you can budget your time, know where to put your energy, and know how to use your resources. So in today's video, really what I'm going to do is help you figure out what is the right number of videos that you should be posting per week so that you can actually start planning out your calendar a little bit better. Let's jump right into it. Now, your first step is to complete market research. It's literally one of my favorite things to do. Market research is all about understanding the needs of the market, figuring out the demographics of your market, who are the people that would be more likely to want to work with you or be interested in your content. Once you understand the context behind that pool of people, then it becomes far, far easier to create content for them, to engage with them, to create offers that they will actually buy, and so on. Without market research, no coach or consultant should even start thinking about doing any type of content creation. If you're not really sure how to get started with market research, be sure to go back and listen to one episode of my podcast where I fully outline the process. You can find that in the description below. But anyway, the whole goal here is that you start thinking about and having conversations with people in your market. You can do that in a bunch of different ways. If you have an email list, you can ask some questions in the email or drop in some type of a Google form or a survey link, which you can create on SurveyMonkey. On your Instagram or Facebook, if you like to use stories, you can start dropping in some polls. You can even do that in your actual posts, just in the caption. Ask people to drop comments in answering your questions. Really, what you want to find out from them is a few things like what platforms do they like to hang out on? What type of videos do they like to see? What type of videos actually annoy them? What part of the world are they from? What kind of hobbies do they have? Who are the other influencers and people that they follow? And if you have some way of knowing, it's even nice to know what general demographic this audience might be in. You can base that off of the people who are following you on your social platforms and some of your past clients. That'll give you an idea of whether you mainly have women that are following you or men or younger women or whatever the case might be. And if they happen to mostly be situated in a certain part of the world, that's also really helpful to know. Once you've got that market research done, try to map all of that out really well on a piece of paper. So you've got a clear idea in your mind of who you are making videos for, where those people are hanging out, and what type of videos they like to see. Now, once you've got the market research out of the way, it's time for you to just jump right in to the act of creating videos. Now, if you are new to creating videos, then you will need some time to warm yourself up. You have to have camera confidence, camera presence, camera technique, all of that stuff. By the way, I offer a membership on all of that, so be sure to join if that's what you need. Once you get ready to make videos, then the goal for 2 weeks is to make as many videos as you can. So let me explain to you what I'm talking about. You're going to go back to your piece of paper with the market research and find the platforms and the formats that your market seems to like to watch videos on. That's where you're going to go and start making videos. That might be Instagram stories that they've said they like, or they might have said that they like, just 1-minute videos, or they like YouTube or whatever. The goal here is to try to put out as much as you can in 2 weeks, simply so that you can log what are the results of that. That means every single time you make a video, you're going to write down how long that process took and what it was like for you. Just a couple of lines, like literally that it took you 15 minutes to make it and the process was awful because you had to redo it 15 times, or that it was really clean and that you did it in just 3 takes. Whatever it is, make a little bit of an observatory note for yourself. Do that for every single video that you're making over the course of 2 weeks. Once you have that in front of you, you will notice exactly how long it actually takes you to make videos. It is so important to know this. Too many people are trying to make videos and put it into their calendar without having any clue of how long that process takes for them. For some people, making the video might be really fast, but editing it and putting it out there might be what takes time. Or it could be vice versa. So see how much time it is actually taking you to post a story or to create and post a reel. Or if you already have a YouTube channel, to create a YouTube video and put that out there. Start logging that very, very carefully. Once you've got that under your belt, then you can move on to the next step. Now we're interrupting this video so that I can remind you to subscribe. I think you should do that first. And if you want to get started with video sooner rather than later, then I invite you to join me at my next free webinar. This webinar is going to give you a ton of clarity about how you can actually get unstuck and stop watching everyone else's videos and start making your own. Be sure to look for it in the description below. Just sign up and I'll send you the details right away. Now let's get back to our video. This is when we're going to be checking the audience engagement and their feedback. So that basically means you're going to be manic about checking the analytics and the metrics. You should have a sense of where to find the analytics for the different social platforms you're in. So go back and check all of the metrics for all of those videos that you posted over that 2-week span. Check and see which are the ones that got more shares, more saves, which ones got more comments, which got more likes, which absolutely flopped. Check all of that stuff. If you have a YouTube channel, then you can even check more than that. Like at what point in the video did people bounce off of the video and all of that. Some different types of analytics even tell you what country people are watching your videos from. Sometimes they will tell you whether the people watching your videos are your followers or non-followers. Go back to the original log that you made where you were noting the time that it took for every single video, and then add these analytics and these metrics there. Once you have that in front of you, you will have a really, really good sense of what type of videos did well, what type of videos did not get much traction, and you can take it one step further and see what is the correlation between the amount of time you spent on a video and how it actually performed. What if the videos that you took a ton of time for that were so labor intensive, what if people didn't actually care much for them? No saves, no shares, no likes, no comments, no nothing. If that's the case, then it's just something for you to know. At some point, that type of video might end up becoming popular with your audience, so you shouldn't just, hang up the hat altogether. But it's good for you to know which type of videos your audience is really connecting with, and then see how much time those videos actually took you, because then that will take us to our next step. And that next step is to make a short list of all of those happy mediums. We're talking about the videos that took you a reasonable amount of time that your audience also really liked. Now here's one caveat. There might be some videos that your audience totally loved that took you forever, that drained all of your energy. Don't discard those right away, and don't just say to yourself, oh, I never want to make those type of videos anymore because they totally drain me. If there's a way down the line that you can even outsource any components of that, maybe the editing of those type of videos can be outsourced, or maybe there's something that you can learn, a new skill that you can learn just to make that process easier and faster for you. Wouldn't that be a good thing? Because then you could make more of those videos that your audience has said that they love. Anyway, getting back to our topic. So find that happy medium and make a short list of the type of videos that you think are going to do well, that you also have the energy for. Now you are going to schedule that in your calendar for the next 2 weeks. You're going to set aside time using the information and the data that you have from your log about how much time you need to put into your calendar to create a few of those type of videos. Now remember here, the key to all of this is consistency. If you say that you're going to put out 6 different types of videos in a week, and then you burn out after 3 weeks, and then you don't make videos again for a month, what is the use of all of this, my friends? So don't burn yourself out. Have a very realistic look at how long it would take you to make that 3 or 4 different types of videos, or post them in those 3 or 4 different types of places. Have a realistic sense of that and ask yourself, do I have that time and energy? Is that something that I could invest on a weekly basis? Or do I only have that energy this week and then next week is crazy so I won't be able to do it again? So choose that bare minimum. Keep that bare minimum in mind and be ready to put that out. After you are posting like that for a couple of weeks is when you will get into a rhythm, and you will be able to decide for yourself, you know what, I could probably shoot 1 more video this week in addition to the X number that I already did. Or you might be saying to yourself, wow, this is way more draining on my energy than I thought. I'm going to cut it back a little. And you might decide to just get rid of one type and then stick with a lesser number. Whatever the case is, remember, the goal here is not just to satisfy your audience and to drive yourself crazy doing it. The goal is that you want video to be an enjoyable experience for you and to be easy so that you can do it consistently. When you do it consistently is when your audience actually benefits because they can see you regularly. Nobody's going to gain anything by you starting to hate the process, stopping videos, and now your audience can't access you via video. So keep that in mind so that you get yourself to a point where you are happily making a certain number of videos, knowing exactly how long it will take in your calendar, and having that confidence that you know that your audience actually likes those type of videos. And last but not least, keep testing all of this. Remember, marketing, video marketing, business, none of this is an exact science. Whatever works this month might totally be a flop case next week. So we can't say that whatever we do this month is what we're going to do for the rest of our life. So do it while it's working. Never get complacent. Never get to a point where you are putting out content without checking the metrics and the analytics regularly. As soon as you see that certain types of videos that you're putting out aren't performing as much anymore, then don't just say, I'm sure it'll all come around sometime next month. Instead, take action right away. Either dial back on those type of videos and try another type, because it could be that your audience is getting bored watching the same type of videos from you. Or it could be that you just need to switch up something, like change the editing a little bit or jazz it up in some other way. Or maybe you need to add a different type of video to the mix altogether. But don't ever just let it go on and on and on like that. Keep testing different things, checking the analytics, keep having conversations with your audience and dropping in polls and asking them, hey, I posted a reel yesterday. It's a little different from my usual format. What do you think about it? And then ask for that feedback. Get the feedback and then keep working with that. So if this video was helpful to you, I hope that you will leave me a like, share it off with one of your friends. Don't forget to subscribe because every single week I bring you a new video teaching you how you can add video to your business. So until next time, take care.